I freeze mid-step in the church hallway, my cousin Vanessa's words hanging in the air like a physical blow. $15,000 for a wedding gift? You're such an amazing sister. The gift card in my purse suddenly feels like a brick against my hip. $5,000. 2 months of careful saving, budgeting lunches at my desk, canceling my weekend getaways. My fingers curl instinctively around the strap of my handbag. Vanessa turns, her champagne glass tilting precariously as she spots me. Her eyes widen, lips forming a perfect O of surprise. Oh, was it supposed to be a surprise? My PR training kicks in before my emotions can betray me. I stretch my lips into what I hope passes for a smile, though my face feels wooden, disconnected from the storm brewing inside. Don't worry about it, I manage, my voice steadier than it has any right to be. These things have a way of getting out. Vanessa smiles, relieved, and squeezes my arm. Still, what a generous gift. Maya is so lucky to have you. The world narrows around me as I nod, murmur something appropriate, and continue down the hallway on suddenly leaden legs. $15,000, not five. $15,000. The bathroom door feels impossibly heavy as I push through it, locking myself in the farthest stall. My hands shake violently now, no audience to perform for. I fumble with my phone, pulling up my bank app. The balance mocks me, the result of months of overtime and sacrifice. The gift card receipt sits in my email, the confirmation number and amount in bold black letters, $5,000. A memory surfaces, my mother's voice, casual and cutting, over Sunday brunch last week. You know, with your PR salary, everyone expects something substantial. The way she emphasized substantial, as if my planned gift were pocket change. Mia, my perfect younger sister, nodding along. Jenny's sister gave her $20,000 for her wedding. Must be nice to have such a generous family. The dismissive look they exchanged when I'd mentioned my $5,000 gift, the gift that represented 60-hour work weeks and declined invitations to save every penny. My heartbeat thunders in my ears. Sweat breaks out across my forehead as tunnel vision threatens. I press my palms against the cool metal of the stall door, forcing myself to breathe deeply. 1 breath. 2. 3. In the mirror above the sink, my reflection stares back at me. Amelia Allen, 31, successful PR specialist, reliable daughter, generous sister. My makeup is flawless, my burgundy dress wrinkle-free, my smile practiced and pleasant. But something new burns in my eyes now, a controlled fury, simmering beneath the composed exterior. I reach into my purse and remove the gift card from its elaborate wrapping. The silver ribbon I'd spent 20 minutes perfecting is now crushed between my fingers. $15,000. They'd told everyone I was giving $15,000. This isn't the first time. Images flash through my mind. The check I wrote for Mia's final semester of college, when she decided to study abroad, the loan for my parents' roof repairs that was never mentioned again, the medical bills after Dad's minor surgery last year that somehow became my responsibility. Each time, the same pattern, the casual mention of their need, the pointed references to my good fortune in my career, the implied obligation, the gratitude that never quite matched the sacrifice. Water splashes onto my wrists as I wash my hands with mechanical precision. I pat my face dry, reapply my lipstick, and straighten my shoulders. Not this time. I walk into the rehearsal dinner with measured steps, scanning the room until I spot them. Mom and Mia, heads together in conversation at the head table, both turning silent the moment they notice me. Their smiles are too bright, too eager as I approach. Guilt flickers across Mia's face before she masks it with a laugh at something our father says. Miss Allen. The wedding planner appears at my elbow, clipboard in hand, her professional smile firmly in place. Your mother mentioned you'd like to announce your gift during tomorrow's reception? I turn to her slowly, a plan forming with perfect clarity. Actually, I have a better idea. My voice sounds different, even to my own ears, calm, decisive. Could I be added to the toast list? Before my mother speaks. The planner nods, making a note on her clipboard. Of course, right after the father-daughter dance? Perfect. I smile, feeling the weight of the gift card in my purse. I think everyone will be quite surprised by what I have to say. After the rehearsal, the hotel room keycard slips from my trembling fingers as I fumble with the door. Inside, I kick off my heels, one bouncing across the beige carpet as I sink onto the edge of the bed. My phone buzzes with a text from Mom. "Don't forget your speech tomorrow. Everyone's so excited about your generous gift." I switch off the phone and pull out my laptop instead. The spreadsheet glows in the dim hotel lighting, each entry a precise record of my silent generosity, a digital paper trail of manipulation. My finger traces down the screen, each row a memory. $4,700, Dad's medical bills after his knee surgery. $7,200, Mom and Dad's roof repair last winter. $11,340. Maya's final semester abroad in Barcelona. $3,890, the emergency loan when Maya's car broke down. $5,450, parents' anniversary cruise. $15,000, the total at the bottom of the screen mocks me. $47,380 over 3 years, nearly a year's salary after taxes. I open my banking app, staring at the balance that should be larger, should be enough for the down payment on the small bungalow I've had my eye on for months, the cottage with the bay window and reading nook that the realtor keeps calling about. My email inbox holds more evidence. Subject lines from Maya scroll past. "Thank you so much for the help with tuition. I'll pay you back someday. Love you, you're literally a lifesaver with the car thing. I owe you big time, best sister ever. Barcelona wouldn't have happened without you. Not one penny repaid." I click on voicemail, finding the message from last Tuesday that I'd saved. "Sweetie, it's Mom. Just confirming you're bringing the gift tomorrow. We're telling everyone about your generous contribution. $15,000 is such a meaningful number for our family, you know, since Maya was born on the 15th. Anyway, call me back. $15,000, the precise amount they knew I couldn't afford without emptying my savings." The hotel phone rings, startling me. I answer reflexively. "You're not answering your cell." Kate's voice comes through, clear and fierce. "What happened at the rehearsal?" "They told everyone I'm giving Maya $15,000. "They what?" Kate's voice rises. "Mel, that's 3 times what you planned." My laugh sounds hollow, even to my own ears. According to my spreadsheet, it's not even their biggest ask. What spreadsheet? The words tumble out as I describe the financial accounting I've kept for years. Every loan, every temporary help, every guilt-induced transfer. $47,000? Kate whispers. "Mel, that's financial abuse." The term hangs in the air between us. I've never labeled it before. "This ends now," Kate says, her voice hardening. "They've been using you as their personal ATM for too long. It's not that simple. Because you've let them make it complicated. Your mother orchestrates, Maya plays along, and your father sits back and benefits without ever lifting a finger to defend you." Her words land with physical force, the trio of betrayers named so plainly. "If I don't give what they've promised, I'll look like the villain." "Only to people who don't matter," Kate counters. "This is your chance to break the pattern, Mel, once and for all." After we hang up, I sit motionless, Kate's words echoing. My phone buzzes again, a late-night call from Mom. "Melia, darling, just checking in. Your father and I told the photographer to capture your special moment tomorrow. Everyone's so excited about your generosity." "Mom, I never agreed to $15,000, I say quietly. A pause. "Well, that's what we've told everyone. It would be embarrassing to go back now." Her voice sharpens. "You know how these things go. Perception is reality." The PR phrase, my profession's mantra, used against me. "I need to go, Mom. It's late." I hang up before she can respond. Then I notice my social media notifications blinking. 3 new tags. Cousin Vanessa's post appears first. "So proud of my cousin at Mealy Allen for her incredible $15,000 wedding gift. Family goals. Best sister ever." 23 likes already. My stomach knots. The trap is complete. Back out now and I'll look cheap, ungrateful, selfish, the narrative already written against me. I pull out the hotel stationery and begin drafting. Cross out. Redraft. The words need to be perfect, not angry, not bitter, just honest. I call the DJ directly, confirming my place in the toast lineup. Next, I retrieve the thick leather photo album from my suitcase. I spent weeks collecting these pictures, Mia and me building sandcastles at Cape Cod, making snow angels in the backyard, hiking with Dad at the Grand Canyon. Real memories, not monetary value. Inside the cover, I write, "Money disappears, furniture breaks, but these memories are our true inheritance." I run my finger over the inscription, then close the album firmly. For the first time in years, I feel something unfamiliar settle over me, not anxiety about disappointing them, not resentment over their manipulation, but something cleaner, sharper, clarity. I place the photo album on the nightstand and turn off the light. Tomorrow, I'll give a gift worth more than $15,000 the truth. Next morning, I balance a mimosa in one hand and force a smile as Aunt Carol leans in close, a perfume cloud engulfing me. "Such a generous sister," she whispers, patting my arm. $15,000. When my daughter got married, her brother gave her a blender. The mimosa turned sour in my mouth. I've endured a morning of these relatives approaching with knowing smiles, congratulating me on a gift I never promised. Each comment drops like a stone in my stomach, building a wall of resentment I can barely contain behind my practiced PR smile. Across the breakfast table, Mom catches my eye and raises her glass in silent approval. Next to her, Mia laughs at something her maid of honor says, both of them stealing glances my way. The maid of honor corners me by the breakfast buffet minutes later. "I heard about your amazing gift," she gushes, loading her plate with cantaloupe. "You're setting such a high bar for the rest of us." I could barely afford the bachelorette weekend. I nod, reaching for a strawberry to give my hands something to do. Family is important. The words taste hollow, rehearsed. How many times have I repeated that phrase while writing checks? How many vacations canceled, promotions celebrated alone in my apartment because the money went to someone else's needs? At the hair salon, Mom holds court among the bridesmaids, her voice carrying across the room. My Melia always comes through for family. Always. The stylist twists my hair too tight, making my eyes water, or maybe it's the weight of expectations crushing me from all sides. The wedding planner appears at my elbow as the stylist finishes, slipping me a folded note. "From your mother," she whispers before disappearing into the controlled chaos of pre-wedding preparations. I unfold it with trembling fingers. "Your announcement right after father-daughter dance. Perfect timing for maximum impact." My lungs constrict. She's choreographed this entire performance, my role reduced to opening my wallet on cue. I crumple the note in my fist, feeling something crack inside me, not my resolve, my silence. Back in the bridal suite, I reach for the photo album I brought for Mia. Flipping through childhood pictures last night, I'd found an unexpected gift, the memory of who I used to be. There's 10-year-old me, skinny arms crossed, standing between Maya and a neighborhood boy who'd made her cry. My chin jutted forward, eyes flashing. I'd forgotten that girl existed, the one who spoke her mind before she learned to swallow her words with her pride. Another photo slips out, Grandma Allen holding both of us on her lap, her silver hair catching sunlight. Her voice echoes in my memory. "Honesty is the only gift that never breaks smelly. Remember that." I touch the image, feeling the truth of it burn through my fingertips. My silence hasn't protected anyone. It's only enabled years of taking, of expectations that grow with each unspoken surrender. The bathroom door swings open, and Mom appears in the reflection behind me. Our eyes meet in the mirror, her perfectly lined lips tightening at the corners. "There you are. Everyone's waiting." She closes the door, blocking the exit. "I've told everyone about the 15,000, Melia. Don't embarrass us." The words hang between us, the first time she's stated the lie directly to my face. I turn slowly, photo album clutched to my chest like armor. "I never agreed to that amount, Mom." Her shoulders stiffen, surprise flickering across her face before hardening into something colder. "Don't be difficult. You make more than enough to spare it. Family comes first." Yes, the word comes out stronger than I expected. Family does come first. That's why I'm doing this. Doing what? Suspicion narrows her eyes. I move past her toward the door. "Being honest." My phone buzzes with a text from Kate. Whatever happens, I'm proud of you. Truth is always right. The photographer captures me in the hallway, camera clicking at my expression. Whatever he sees makes him lower the lens and nod with something like respect. That's a keeper, he murmurs. Uncle William passes me on the way to the ceremony, his weathered hand squeezing my shoulder. Stand tall, Amelia, he says quietly. Some storms need to break. He's always seen through the family dynamics, recognized the undercurrents, while everyone else admired the surface. His support steadies me as I approach the DJ's table and hand over my revised speaking card. Before the mother of the bride, I say firmly, "It's a surprise." The DJ studies my face, then nods. Got it. The ceremony passes in a blur of white lace and promises. I stand beside my sister, holding her bouquet, wondering if she sees the irony. I've been holding things for her all our lives. The reception begins with champagne and laughter. Across the room, Mom straightens Dad's tie, whispering in his ear. She's radiant in her mother of the bride glory, accepting compliments and directing servers with practiced efficiency. Every few minutes, her eyes find me, making sure I'm still in place for my assigned role. The father-daughter dance concludes with applause. Mom begins moving toward the microphone, her path clear in her mind, but the DJ's voice cuts through the settling quiet. And now, before we hear from the mother of the bride, Amelia Allen would like to say a few words. Mom freezes mid-step, her champagne glass tilting dangerously. Her head swivels toward me, eyes widening with alarm. I rise from my seat, legs steady beneath me. The room falls silent as I approach the microphone, feeling the weight of expectation and confusion ripple through the crowd. My heartbeat drums in my ears, but my hands remain still, no longer trembling. For the first time in years, I recognize myself, not the agreeable daughter, not the reliable ATM, but the girl in that photograph who knew how to stand her ground. I take the microphone, meet my mother's stunned gaze across the room, and smile, not the practiced PR smile, but something real and unflinching. Behind Mom, Dad shifts uncomfortably in his seat. Maya's fingers twist in her lap, her new wedding ring catching the light. But I keep speaking, the words flowing now, unstoppable as truth always is once it finds its voice. The wedding reception buzzes with energy, crystal glasses clinking, silverware tapping against china plates, the low murmur of conversation hanging in the air like perfume. David's arm remains wrapped around Maya's waist, both of them watching me with expectant smiles that don't quite reach their eyes. I've thought a lot about my gift to my sister today. I begin, my voice carrying across the ballroom with surprising steadiness. Mom leans forward in her chair, nodding encouragement, already rehearsing her follow-up announcement in her mind. I can practically see the words forming behind her eyes, $15,000 from my generous daughter. My gaze locks with hers, and I hold it a beat longer than comfortable. A flicker of uncertainty crosses her face. Money can be spent, I continue, running my thumb along the edge of the microphone. Furniture can break. The photo album rests against my hip, hidden by the tablecloth. But love and truth last forever. Mom rises halfway from her seat, her champagne glass abandoned. The DJ, bless his soul after our earlier conversation, subtly steps between her and the microphone stand. Maya's smile falters as she glances from me to Mom, then back again. Her fingers tighten around David's sleeve. Dad shifts in his chair, suddenly fascinated by the pattern on the tablecloth. He won't meet my eyes, never has when it matters. Instead of a number, I say, my voice gaining strength with each word, I want to give my sister a blessing. Build your marriage on honesty, not on forced sacrifice. A ripple moves through the crowd, raised eyebrows, exchanged glances, small nods of recognition. Aunt Judith, who watched Mom manipulate me into paying for Maya's study abroad program 3 years ago, leans toward Uncle William with a whispered comment. William's eyes meet mine with quiet approval. The truth has been hiding in plain sight for years, visible to anyone willing to see it. Family isn't measured in dollars, I continue, even as Mom attempts to edge around the DJ. Her smile is stretched so tight it might crack her foundation. The growing applause drowns her protests as she tries to interrupt. It's measured in moments of authentic connection. I reach beneath the table and lift the album, its burgundy leather cover catching the light from the chandeliers overhead. This album contains our shared history, the real wealth of family. Walking toward Maya, I feel strangely weightless. The pressure that's lived between my shoulder blades for years, the constant responsibility of being the family ATM, dissolves with each step. I open the album to the first page, Maya, age 7, and me, age 10, arms wrapped around each other at the lake house, before college tuition and roof repairs and medical bills, before the calculations and manipulations, before love came with a price tag. Remember this? I ask, my voice soft now, meant only for her. You were afraid of the water, and I taught you to float on your back. A tear slips down Maya's cheek, smudging her carefully applied mascara. Shame and recognition flicker across her face as she accepts the album with trembling hands. I hope you and David fill it with honest moments and true happiness, I say, squeezing her fingers before stepping back. That's worth more than any dollar amount. The photographer captures the moment, Maya's tear-streaked face, the album clutched against her sequined bodice, my straight-backed posture as I return to my seat. It's not the money shot Mom planned, but it's honest. Applause swells around us, louder than I expected. Uncle William is the first to stand, followed by Kate at the back table, then Aunt Judith, and soon half the room, not standing for me, exactly, but for the audacity of truth over practiced family performance. Mom remains seated, her body rigid with fury barely contained behind her social smile. Dad pats her hand absently, his gaze fixed somewhere over my left shoulder. Later, guests approach with genuine appreciation. Mrs. Robertson, Mom's bridge partner for 20 years, squeezes my elbow. About time someone in this family spoke honestly, she murmurs, loud enough for Mom to hear from 3 feet away. Mia finds me by the cake table, the album tucked under her arm. Her makeup has been hastily repaired, but her eyes remain red-rimmed. You made me look terrible, she whispers, but there's no real heat behind it. No, I correct her gently. I gave you the chance to be better. Maya glances toward our mother, who stands surrounded by a circle of relatives, her hands moving in short, sharp gestures, damage control in full swing. Eleanor intercepts me as I slip away from the crowded dance floor. Her fingers curl around my wrist, manicured nails digging into my skin. You've humiliated us in front of everyone, she hisses, her smile fixed for any watching guests, while her eyes flash with cold fury. That speech, that photo album, what were you thinking? I draw a steady breath, feeling oddly calm despite the storm brewing around me. I was thinking about honesty, Mom. Thomas appears behind her, his jaw clenched beneath his rehearsed smile. Your sister deserves better, Melia, on her special day of all times. Before I can respond, Maya approaches, her wedding gown swishing softly against the polished floor. Mascara streaks her cheeks, the perfect bride's makeup now imperfect with tears. Why did you have to make a scene on my special day? Her voice wavers between genuine hurt and practiced performance. Everyone was expecting, $15,000, I ask quietly, refusing to be baited into raising my voice. A gift I never promised? Eleanor's nostrils flare. We assumed you'd want to do something meaningful with your salary. My salary barely covers my rent after I've given you $47,000 over the past 3 years. The number falls between us like a stone, precise and undeniable. Thomas blinks rapidly. Now wait just a minute. I reach into my clutch and withdraw a folded piece of paper, the spreadsheet I printed this morning, every transaction meticulously documented. Here's a complete accounting. Dad's medical copays, Mom's roof repairs, Maya's final semester abroad. That's private family business, Eleanor snaps, glancing nervously at nearby guests who've begun to notice our tense gathering. Private until you decided to announce a fictional $15,000 gift to everyone we know. My voice remains level, even as heat rises in my chest. Love shouldn't come with a price tag. Uncle William approaches, champagne glass in hand. His weathered face hardens as he overhears Eleanor's rising protests. Eleanor, the girl's right, he says, placing a steadying hand on my shoulder. This has gone on too long. Mrs. Caldwell, my mother's bridge partner for 20 years, pauses nearby, her expression shifting from curiosity to discomfort as she witnesses Eleanor's mask slipping. You don't understand, Eleanor sputters, her composure fracturing. Family helps family. I agree, I say, opening my purse again, which is why I brought these. I pull out my phone and open the text thread with Mia from 2 weeks ago. I hold it where she can see the screen. Mom says you're announcing the 15K at the reception. So generous, can't wait, followed by a string of heart emojis. Mia's face drains of color. I didn't, I thought. The wedding planner hovers nearby, clipboard clutched to her chest. Eleanor attempts to wave her away, but she steps forward instead. Mrs. Allen specifically asked me to prepare for this announcement, she says, addressing me directly. She gave me the exact figure and requested it be highlighted during the parent toasts. I was just trying to make your sister's day special. Eleanor's voice rises, drawing more attention. At my expense, again. The words taste different now, not bitter, but truthful, necessary. Mia stares at the phone, then at the photo album I'd given her earlier. She opens it slowly, fingers tracing over childhood photos, Melia, age 10, standing protectively beside 7-year-old Mia on the first day of school, teenage Melia helping Maya with science fair projects while their parents beamed for the camera. Her eyes lift to Eleanor, something new dawning in them, understanding, perhaps, or recognition of a pattern she'd benefited from without questioning. Mom? The single word carries weight, a question loaded with decades of unexamined family dynamics. Eleanor's carefully constructed facade crumbles completely. Her shoulders stiffen as she grabs her evening bag from a nearby chair. I won't stand here and be accused by my own daughter, she announces to anyone listening. Not today of all days. She storms toward the exit, heels clicking sharply against marble. Thomas follows without meeting my eyes, his perpetual retreat from conflict as familiar as his cologne. I stand alone in the aftermath, spine straight, breath even. Conversations resume around me in hushed tones. The DJ announces the next dance. Life continues. Uncle William squeezes my shoulder once before moving away. About time, he murmurs. Mia remains, clutching the album to her chest, looking smaller somehow without our parents flanking her. I didn't know, she whispers. Not everything. You didn't want to know, I correct her gently. There's a difference. She nods slowly, a flicker of something authentic crossing her face. What happens now? I look around at the beautiful reception, the flowers that cost more than my monthly rent, the open bar and lavish buffet, the life we've all pretended we could afford. Now we start telling the truth, I say, feeling the first real smile of the day spread across my face and see what's left. I run my fingers over the glossy album cover, savoring the quiet of my apartment. 1 month since Mia's wedding, and the weight I've carried for years has lifted from my shoulders. No frantic texts asking for small loans, no guilt-inducing voicemails about family obligations. The morning light streams through my living room windows, catching on the unopened letter that arrived yesterday, Mia's handwriting. I've been circling it like a cautious animal, unsure whether it contains another manipulation or something new. Taking a deep breath, I slide my thumb under the seal. Dear Melia, the photo album sits on our coffee table. David picks it up almost daily, asking about the little girls with gap-toothed smiles building sandcastles at Cape Cod. I've shown him every picture a dozen times now. What I haven't told him, what I need to tell you, is that Mom pressured me into the money announcement. She said it would motivate you to give more. I should have stood up to her. I'm sorry I didn't. Your speech wasn't what I expected, but maybe it was what I needed. Love, Mia. My hands tremble slightly as I fold the letter, the first honest communication between us in years. I pull out my own copy of the family album, the twin to Mia's gift, and flip to a blank page. Carefully, I position a new photo, Mia hugging me after my wedding speech, her face revealing genuine gratitude rather than the practiced smile our mother taught us. Not perfect, but real. Next to it, I leave empty spaces, room for honest relationships still forming. How's therapy going? Kate asks later that night, raising her wine glass across the dinner table. Around us, friends who stood by me through the wedding drama clink glasses and laugh. Dr. Marshall says I've got excellent boundaries now, I reply, unable to keep the pride from my voice. Last week, Dad called about their property taxes. I suggested a payment plan with the county instead of reaching for my credit card. Kate's eyebrows shoot up. And he actually thanked me for the advice instead of making me feel selfish. I shake my head, still surprised. Baby steps. To speaking truth, even when it's difficult, Kate declares, raising her glass higher. To speaking truth, our friends echo. My phone buzzes, Mom's number. Once, that would have sent me into a spiral of obligation. Now, I silence it, planning to return the call tomorrow on my terms. When Jen, a coworker, mentions her parents' expectations about helping with her brother's college tuition, I share my experience without preaching. The relief in her eyes when I validate her discomfort reminds me of my own journey. Later that week, my phone rings during lunch. Melia, my mother's voice sounds different, less commanding. I've been thinking about what happened at the wedding. I wait, fork suspended. I never saw how much pressure we put on you, she continues, the words clearly difficult for her. The money, the expectations. I think I convinced myself it was normal. Thank you for saying that, I respond, carefully measured. I'm open to building something new based on respect. A pause. I'd like that. That evening, I add another photo to my album, a recent family dinner where, for the first time, no one mentioned my finances or implied obligations. Just conversation, sometimes awkward, but honest. On the album's first page, I write an inscription. The true wealth of family is measured in honesty, not dollars. I close the album, leaving the final pages blank, ready for a new chapter of family history that hasn't been written yet. Sometimes, the most valuable gift we can give is the courage to speak our truth.